we can get more into the idea that Jericho would like certain people to be gone, and he would certainly like certain people to be gone. But let me ask you this, because we're talking about all these things: who's the biggest star, who AEW has as leaders. We're going into that show in Queens on the 21st. They're going to announce not an interim champion, but the tournament final is going to be for the new world champion. Who would you put the belt on right now? A heel or a babyface? And I mean, would it be Moxley a third time? Is that working, or what would you do?
Well, at first I was thinking, God damn it, can they just put the belt on Danielson? Because at least then you've got a guy who can work with everybody, a legitimate star, somebody can carry the fucking thing and nobody's going to scoff at it. But then the problem becomes MJF's the direction they need to go. They just need to make sure they're right when they pull the trigger on it. And, you know, God damn it, the problem is Danielson was a great heel 6 months ago, and now he's been a baby in a babyface group. But is there going to be that much animosity can they build between him and Danielson, which is totally, you know, starting from scratch? With Moxley, with that promo that he did, I think you put it on him, and when MJF beats him for it, then MJF's got some fucking heat.
What about Danielson Moxley? I mean, they're Blackpool Combat Club guys. It's not really working for both of them. One of them has to go.
Yeah.
You could do something there, and, you know, it'll probably be good stiff matches. If they can learn how to lay, if Moxley can learn how to lay in his elbows and some of those strikes, they could have some good stuff right now, and then you don't have to rush MJF.
Well, I'm not saying rush it regardless, but goddamn, then here's the thing. If Moxley wins the belt again and loses it a short time later, that even looks worse because he just lost the belt after fucking 5 days and now he's back in the tournament. It's a goddamn mess.
Would you put the belt on Chris Jericho?
No, because that, again, then he'd have to have matches, single matches, long matches with a variety of people, and we don't want to have that going on.
Plus, we don't want the belt to be stolen again.
Well, exactly. You never know he leaves his car unlocked all the time. But no, let's go. I think Moxley, rally the folks around him. He's a babyface, have a babyface champion for a little while, have MJF shoot some 3-pointers at first and fuck with him from afar and then get closer together and then finally do the thing when the time is right. Danielson would be a great world champion in a vacuum, but I don't know how it works into this equation right now.
Danielson, if he somehow was able to get back to that heel he was, that would have been a great world champion.
Yeah.
Just a guy out there saying, I'm going to kick your ass. I'm going to kick your head in. I'm using better language. It's like I'm on TBS here. That would have been good, but you know he's been misused now. As soon as he got into the whole fucking Jericho thing.
Well, yeah, the time to do Danielson as world champion would have been late last year when he was doing that, and now it, you know. But
other than one last question.
Okay.
Other than MJF, and I can't think of anyone off the top of my head, even though there may be someone. Is there anyone else that, for lack of a better term, is a homegrown AEW guy, even though he started in other places, was there from the beginning, a young guy? Is there anyone else you would even consider being in that mix for consideration?
Not right now.
Sammy Guevara.
Oh, good God.
I'm just asking just because that's one of the names, Sammy Guevara.
No. I mean, you know, Sammy's a heel and people like to dislike him and he's got the girl and blah, 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 but he's not the world champion. He's not going to be the world champion. And also, is he going to paralyze himself doing one of these goofy moves? Then you've lost another world champion to injury, this time probably avoidable. Is he going to say something else where they need to fucking send him to be more sensitive? He's young and he's got a slappable face and a smart mouth. Don't make him the world champion right now. Nobody else is ready because of but Wardlow, you don't want to, that's the last thing you want to do is expose him by putting the world title on him and then putting the pressure on him of having to go out and have matches with a variety of people. And it would hurt his gimmick and his aura. So no, there is nobody else right now. That's the problem. the guys that were names that came in as names are still names. And the guys that came in and were, at the mercy of Tony Khan's booking and how to get them over, the only one that's made it to MJF because of his verbal talent and Wardlow because of his physical charisma, and neither one of them had a lot of help with the booking, except MJF was involved with Punk, so that wasn't going to go far wrong. And they had Wardlow on a great trajectory until he got away from MJF, and then he floundered. So there's nobody else that's ready to be the world champion of that thing. And God damn, the last thing you want to do, I can't even believe they put Paige in the tournament when there's the weasel that started the whole thing at a public basis, and they reward him for being the instigator for their entire company falling apart by putting him back in a world title tournament.
And the fans rewarded him by booing him out of the building because they know what's up. The story is out there. He cost the company everything. Adam Page going into that promo and going into business for himself, all the whispers, all the gossip, it really is like a junior high school there with some of these camps. All the guys that didn't like Punk, that's one thing. But going in the ring and doing that started this whole thing. That cost AEW CM Punk for at least the time being. If you like the Bucks and Omega, that cost him the Bucks and Omega. It's all because of Adam Page.
Well, and if you like Brandon Cutlet, he's suspended too.
Who likes Brandon Cutlet?
Exactly. But nevertheless, so we'll move on.